Hey, what's up you guys? This game's 2.5 years old, so I'm a little late for review, but I still want to do it because I was recently on the PlayStation Store, saw some games that were either cut in price or for sale. That's pretty much the same thing. So I'm not sure, excuse me, exactly how much this game used to be, probably $20, whatever. But I saw it was for 12 bucks, looked at the trailer, was absolutely blown away by the type of game this was. Reminded me of D&D, obviously, plus Gauntlet, any arcade multiplayer monster killer game with your friends, and obviously the 8-bit style is absolutely beautiful. They did a wonderful job with the art style here. I saw that you can switch back and forth between controlling the monsters as well as controlling the hero, and that was a local multiplayer game. I absolutely still love the experience of being able to play with friends at home on the couch, and I'm bringing this game to school to play with my buddies before we do a D&D session, so that'll be awesome. I'm gonna do a quick review, not a quick, it's gonna be a 9-10 minute review now of this game, and I might come back to it just to show off the different boss battles. I was able to get a less than 15-minute clip from the beginning of my match to the end of my match, so that was pretty damn perfect. So I'm really happy I was able to do that. The next few videos might be shorter. If they're not shorter, then I'm probably just not gonna commentate on them and just give you guys some straight gameplay, or I'll have the friends that joined me in the game that we played join me in the commentary and talk about our experience. I'm going to do the opposite of what reviewers normally do, and I'm going to say that I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10 right away before saying anything about it. And I'm going to tell you why, obviously, but it is so important for me to say that I think this game is flawless. Perfect. This is a perfect game. And usually people, you know, when they give a 10 out of 10 for a game, they want it to be a huge, bombastic, you know, AAA experience. And, you know, pretty much the way that I review games, and, you know, I do review them even if it's not, you know, a video. I will review a game upon looking at it, playing it. I look at what the game is trying to be, and if it accomplishes all of those things, and if what it's trying to be is something that is new and beyond expectations, and something we all have been thirsting for, and something that just completely hits it out of the park. This is something that I personally have been really thirsting for, and as far as trying to do it, it absolutely hits it out of the park. And way beyond expectations, I might add. Even games that are 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s that I play, there's still always something about them that I'm like, I really wish that wasn't in there. Really wish this was, you know, a part of the game when it's not. Very small, tiny gripes even. Like with Uncharted 4, the game's amazing, but at the same time, the gameplay can get really repetitive. You start to do the same things over and over again. The story starts to not make sense because I don't get how a family thinks that they can just go back home and play Crash Bandicoot after killing 200, 300 soldiers in a, you know, military, you know, mercenary hired gun type of. How do you expect to just go home after that? I don't know. Just the story is just convoluted after a while, and it really starts to show those colors towards the end. But yeah, just games like that. Even Dark Souls 3, one of my favorite games of all time. I'm still playing it 400, 500 hours later. For big RPG fans, that's not something huge, but you know, still the PvP is a bit broken. The game is smaller than I wanted it to be. You know, it never outstays its welcome. You know, it's probably 20-30 hours long, so there's never a point where like, okay, come on, I want to get to the end, let's get rid of the filler. Feels like there's no filler in it, so that's good, but you know, still wish that the world felt bigger. But anyway, about this game. This is a local multiplayer, up to 4 people. You can play it solo if you want, and the bots are very smart, and they work pretty much just the same as you know, people would. But like I said, local multiplayer. One of you is the hero, and I'm sure you've seen enough to really understand how it works. One of you is the hero. The other 1, 2, or 3 are the spirits. And what they can do is, or what the main point of the game really is, to be able to get up to level 10 and find the monster, teleport to his location, and kill the monster. And you either win, or you get your humanity stolen, or you get to try again. You don't have to stop at level 10. You can go up to 12, 15, whatever you want, however long you think is necessary for you to be ready to fight the monsters. So that's cool. There's up to 60 different monsters that evolve, total 60, but there's probably 30 basic monsters that, or 40 basic monsters that evolve into 2 different counterpoints. So you've got your little basic floppy fish man. You can either go to be that big fat fish guy and turn into an octopus, or you can turn into like a Call of Cthulhu, Sleepy Hamlet, or Sleepy Hollow kind of, you know, fisherman that, you know, has magic spells and stuff like that. So it fulfills a very Dungeons and Dragons experience, and it's really cool. There's a lot of different options and stuff like that, so that's really cool. You're going to find the weapons are randomized, so you're going to find different weapons every single time that you play. You get to look at your vault, which I think is really fun, and you get to see the weapons that you've unlocked. You get to see the monsters you've unlocked, the different items that you found. You've got artifacts, which are all the way to the left over there, that give you special abilities, which are fucking awesome. It's cool because it has all those RPG aspects where you are becoming more and more powerful, and you're getting more and more spells, and at the same time the monsters you're fighting are getting stronger and stronger, and it's not the computer doing it, it's the natural progression of every single character. The spirits gain wrath when the humans kick ass, and when the humans kick ass, they gain experience. So the humans get enough experience to you know, get more expensive magic weapons, and the spirits get their wrath so that they can level up their monsters. And when you there's 4 different, you can level up your monster up to 4 times, I think, total. And at the peak is when you've got like the fucking dragons, and you've got the fucking giant octopus, and they've got these insane like tentacles just coming out of the ground, reaching across the whole like arena, and the dragons are breathing fire breath and decimating the humans, and it's just fucking chaotic fun, limitless fun. The biggest problem that I've had with RPGs is when you reach the end and you feel like there's nothing to do, and that always makes me sad. But with this game, since it's so arcadey, you start a brand new game every time you join in. Now, it's not that everything's, you know, complete restart. The new weapons that you unlocked are easier to find in the shops and stuff like that, and you can use new monsters, new gods. So you do progress after every single game. It's just when a game starts, you're level 1 again, you gotta fight the boss, and that's the whole thing. So you're always gonna get a brand new experience of leveling up, fighting guys, getting to the boss. I've seen here, okay, let's see the con. Only con I found so far is there's not a lot of bosses. So far, from what I know, there's only 3. There should be, because of how much they've ramped up how much shit you can get in this game, I would say at least 5 would be good. But it's not to say that the bosses are disappointing. It's such a sandbox, such a playful experience, that all 3 other characters get to play a part in the boss battles. If it's the Cerebus Hydra kind of thing, the other 3 get to play as the heads of the Hydra. There's a like very ancient Indian statue, Aztec, Indiana Jones kind of thing, where the stone hands and feet of the statue will pop out of the ground, and the enemies get to control those different limbs to try to kill you. And then there's a giant octopus slug thing that pops out of the water. It shoots this ray attack, and it also can hit you with its octopus arms. And the different players get to play those different limbs, so that's really fucking awesome. It's very interactive experience. Everyone's always feeling very involved, and there's a lot of shit going on. There's also traps, you know, not just monsters. You can also find new traps, or at the end of a game you'll unlock new traps that you'll find inside the world. So besides just monsters, when there aren't spawning arenas for monsters to come out, there will be a bunch of different traps around the room. The different spirits get to operate them, throw barrels around, shoot automatic crossbows, all that kind of stuff. And there are even statues that'll come to life, and you get to play as a peak boss monster. Oh fuck, it's this one. And with every single boss, it's not like you just pop into the room. They show a little backstory. With this one, it seems to be like this wizard guy or a cleric that gives you, you know, some health before the match, and he pops up and he tries to arm you with some healing spells while you're fighting this guy. And these bosses are no pushover either. They're not just, you know, to look good. These guys are fucking challenging. And I got very close to beating this Hydra, and I thought I beat him, but I didn't realize you have to kill all the heads even after they're separated from the bodies. So that's awesome. And me loving Dungeons and Dragons, this feels like a legit dungeon crawler. If anyone's played the board game Dungeon, this captures that love and that just passion of a dungeon game perfectly. You've even got the deities that you pick before the game, and your different deities determine what 3 different monsters you get to start off as and upgrade. I have not played this game multiplayer yet, but even still, it's been a brand new experience every single fucking time, and it's always chaotic. It's always a shit ton of fun, and I really recommend. This game is worth $12, 100%, 20. So if you have $12, you love Dungeons & Dragons, you love RPG elements, you love arcade experience, local multiplayer, couch games, buy this fucking game. I'll see you guys later.